Hello, welcome to Bayou Ballistics. My name is Caleb Corville. This is for Sonoran Desert Institute's 212 or FTH 212 striker fired handguns. Welcome and enjoy. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make clear. As you can see, there is no brass. I will physically check as well. There is nothing down in there. This is my Generation 3 Glock 19, chambered in 9mm. It's a smooth gun. This rarely gives me issues, and if it does, it's because of the range ammo that I put through it. Go ahead and remove the light. But this is it. This is the one I'll be talking about. The exploded view is going to pop up now. The schematic you just saw was, or I obtained it from the NRA website. Their American Rifleman page that was a Gen 5 Glock 19 schematic. There's very few differences, so it's going to be the same basic concept. It works for our purposes. Tools that were discussed in the lecture material, make sure you see that it's clear. All right, physically inspect. Tools that you'd see in the lecture, that I would use, that were mentioned in the lecture material. Punches, small hammer, pliers. I mean, forceps might actually work to get down in the small area. To fully disassemble, especially that lower end. To get down into that magazine release, to pull that little spring. Anyway, there's a spring down inside of here for the magazine release. You got to get to it. Forceps might work, but they were not mentioned in the lecture material. Measuring devices I'd use, honestly, nothing is too big that it can't fit inside of a pair of calipers. And calipers would work great. Dimensions I would measure. I could measure the rifling in the barrel. This rifling will be the same, even though it has an extra, I don't know, ½ inch on the barrel compared to a stock part or stock barrel, which I do have the stock barrel lying around somewhere. I'd have to find it, but it's basically this without this threaded portion. That's the stock barrel. So you're gonna have basically the same twist rate. It just goes a little longer. What else? I don't think any of the removal of most of these parts will require a super, crazy amount of finesse. It's really just a matter of not over forcing anything, because a lot of these parts, as you can tell, are metal and plastic, and plastic is not as strong as metal. Plastic will bend and flex, yes, but it'll break. This weapon system's not going to get any frustration out of me. I love this weapon system. I'm never gonna not like taking it apart and putting it back together. I need to. It's had quite a few range trips where I haven't done a super detailed clean on it. I do regularly maintain my firearms, especially after the range, but the main thing that I focus on whenever I come home from the range is I'll take the slide apart. I'll take this back end apart, which is why it's a little, roughed up. It gets a lot of attention. This firearm does contain quite a lot of components. Uh, but and they some of them can be easily lost. Like inside of here, you see that little metallic circular bit. There's a small spring inside of that, and if you're not careful when removing that and it falls out without you catching it or something like that, the spring can either fall out separately or stay inside of that, and then you go and move your slide off to the side somewhere without realizing it, and then turn it over or move it or anything, and without realizing it, that spring can get lost.